Hey, and welcome to this YouTube Live. My name is Julian. I am here in Singapore, and on my personal channel here, I talk about crypto in general, blockchain, decentralization. And today I want to talk about a topic that I get asked so much from people, which is, Julian, the market has been crashing. We are like, I don't know, 60, 70% down. Should I buy crypto right now? What is a good time? And I'm going to do this now in English, and afterwards it's going to take around 10 minutes. I'm going to do the entire thing in German. So if you're watching this and you speak German, we're going to do it in German as well. If you're coming in, drop me a quick line where you're coming in from. Always interesting to see where people are, and that's really nice. Hi, Vienna, Canada, Austria, Cologne. Man, that's really, really, really fantastic. Really exciting. We have like 400 people live straight away. Really exciting. So before, the big exit sign in the back is not because of crypto, it's because that's where the exit is. I can turn the table a little bit, but then my problem is then I get a bit dark because there's too much light in the back and Singapore is still pretty bright. So that's why I keep it this way. So while you're coming in, and I see a lot of people, a lot of you coming in, that's really cool. Let me quickly give a little bit of context in this entire thing. When I joined crypto, it's now approximately 4 years ago. And 4 years ago in 2014, and you can look back on the charts, we have seen exactly the same thing that we're seeing right now. We saw this really big peak. We saw this drop down. We saw a little bit of a crash. Everything started going down. And we saw the same kind of emotions towards crypto. There was this huge interest. There was love. Everybody got in. This was 2013. The market was flying. People were just making insane kinds of money. Crypto was going from a couple, like, I don't know, $50 to $1,000 Bitcoin. It was insane. It's the same thing we saw in 2017. You could not be wrong. It didn't matter what you invested in. You always made money. And this was a big problem because people started listening to total idiots out there. They didn't look under the hood. It didn't matter. Everything was just flying. And this love turned into hate. It turned into this, man, crypto is so bad. People lose money. Everything is really, really, really bad. And this was what after 2014 happened a bit in 2015. But then there happened something afterwards. And that's the phase now that we are starting actually right now. And it's the phase of complete disinterest. The complete ignorance, the complete, I don't care about crypto anymore. It's the time that no newspaper, no media outlet, no one talks about crypto anymore. It's when the crypto YouTubers finally stop talking about crypto, and I'm going to make a separate video about crypto YouTubers. When they finally stop and change to something else, change to the next hot topic, and they leave this area and stop talking about hyping and shilling and doing all these things. So when this phase of complete lack of interest starts, this is when it's going to get really interesting. And the reason it's going to get really interesting is because then even the slightest thing can tick the entire market and can completely shift and weigh certain things in a certain direction. And when I started making my first video was 2015. I still have it here on the channel. It's actually in English as well. So that's now 3 years ago. This was when I made the very first video on crypto and blockchain. And back then you still see that I was skeptical. It was this time of a bit of hate, of disinterest, of this lack of interest. And I kept making videos, but not at the same frequency and intensity as today, because obviously, I mean, no one really cared about crypto. Now, this is not going to help you with should you be buying crypto, yes or no? Because the question is going to be, okay, first question, do you think the market's actually going to turn around? Now, I'm 100% convinced the market's going to turn around. I couldn't tell you which coins are going to make it turn around, but I'm 100% convinced the market's going to turn around. The second thing is, I don't know exactly when is it going to turn around, but I'm going to give you some clues, right? But this is the first question to ask yourself. The second question to ask yourself is, does it make sense what I'm going to tell you based on timing? And the third question is, do you have enough breadth to go long enough in this market? Because if your horizon is weeks or months, I wouldn't invest right now. I wouldn't. But if your horizon is years, and in my opinion, this is the only time horizon that gives you a very high chance that in crypto you're going to make money, then actually it might be a very interesting time. I started investing, my very first investment was in 2014 in Bitcoin, and I panicked completely because Bitcoin was dropping from 800 down and I sold at 400, I felt lucky that I only lost 50%. And it took actually another year until I got into the market again at $500 because the market was going back up. And so since then, I actually kept holding my Bitcoin and I just been shifting it into other cryptos, but I always focused on the larger cryptos. And for me, it was this kind of bet on, I'm going to use back then around 10% of my liquid asset and I'm going to put it into crypto. And I mean, obviously today, crypto is a large chunk because I made millions in crypto simply because this thing went up so much. So if you approach it in a very similar way and you say, look, I don't know, let's use a very simple example. I have $10,000 on the side. I have not invested in crypto yet, and I'm going to talk to you about if you have invested in crypto yet. But let's say you haven't invested in crypto yet. Should I use $1,000, 10%, and invest into crypto? Well, if you have a good time horizon, if you have a couple of years as a time horizon, then let me tell you this. For the very first time in a long time, I see the lack of interest in crypto. I actually see when I write to a press outlet and I say, hey, listen, I would have a good article on crypto. They're like, nah, crypto is not a hot topic right now. Fantastic. That's exactly what I love hearing. It's people not checking Blockfolio or CoinMarketCap on a daily basis anymore. That's what gets really, really interesting, right? It's when people come to me and they don't ask me about crypto, but they talk to me about other investments. They talk to me about gold, real estate. That's a really interesting sign. So this lack of interest is actually starting. So the question is, how long does this plateau take, this bottom? And here, I think we can't compare the time horizons from 2015, 2016 to today. And the reason we can't was because the speed people came in was insanely fast in the past year compared to all the years before. So what I think is a lot of weak hands that came in last year and they were all hoping to get rich quick, they're going to get washed out really fast. And probably most of them have been washed out already. So the speed how people go in is also the speed how they go out. So while I think the kind of shape of everything is the same, I think the speed is way, way, way faster. And that's why I am also still very, very optimistic of Bitcoin hitting all-time highs this year. Because I think, yes, we're going to see a couple of rough months, but after all, the weekends are going to go out and this lack of interest is going to turn into no one cares, no one cares, no one cares, boom, everyone cares. And this is what we have seen in 2016, 2017. And trust me, history doesn't necessarily repeat the exact way, but you can take clues. And the entire same thing, in my opinion, is going to repeat. So should you invest right now or not? Now, I can't answer that question for you, but I can answer that question on my end. And I have actually invested quite big in the past couple of weeks in crypto. The reason is because I really feel what we're seeing here is more of a consolidation rather than any downward trend. Yes, it might be that we're going to see a bit less and it might going down and we might go down 20%, 25%. I doubt that we're going to see another minus 80% from where we are. I think, and I'm a probabilistic thinker, I think the odds of going higher from here are way higher than the odds of going down. And so for me, my risk-reward ratio right now has shifted from being very, very careful, something that I've been in November, December, where I voiced this, and I got so much criticism for it. Hopefully, some of you have actually listened to me and actually making some really smart decisions. Now it starts to really, really look quite interesting in should you start to invest. A lot of coins are hitting very plateaus. Bitcoin, Ethereum. Ethereum has been slaughtered in the past couple of weeks, right? I mean, look at when was the last time we have seen 400s? This was June, July, this kind of time. Insanely, no, I think a bit later, maybe September, right? We're talking about half a year ago. In crypto, this is years, right? If I look at our own token at 10x, Pay token, the Pay token has been hammered. It's really, really low. And many, 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 many other coins as well. And whatever coin you go in, do your due diligence. I always recommend going for large coins, the blue chips, if you want to call them. And if you have some money on the side, I think it's not a bad idea to put some of it. Don't put all of it in it because otherwise you're going to get nervous. To put some of it into cryptos right now. This lack of interest, very good sign. Believe me, look back in the year 2015, 2016. This was the turnaround movement. And I just think it's going to go a lot faster this time. So I hope for those of you that are new, this gives you some kind of insight on what I think. For those of you that have been in the crypto market and you actually have been sweating because you've been losing quite some money, then yeah, see it cool. Have a right time horizon. Look, I've lost millions in the past couple of months. And trust me, there was not one instance where I felt like selling. I'm not kidding. I'm very, very confident in crypto, in blockchain as a whole. And also, I don't own any of the smaller, shaky shit coins that are quite questionable, right? I invest into really great teams. Not all the coins right now that I hold have actual value right now, but that's because I trust the team. I believe in the team that they're going to do something about it. There's a lot of coins, right? If you look at Cardano right now has zero value in itself, right? But yeah, going forward, there might be something that comes out of that. The value of Ethereum or Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, what is the value, right? And many other projects. So what is the team behind it? What's their vision? And I think that's really important. So I hope that gives you some insights. If you like this stuff, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. It's really, really important so that people see these videos and they don't find the videos of all the scam artists out there in crypto and really take this stuff serious. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share this video, please, on Twitter and on YouTube. We have an English Facebook group. The links are down below, so join me there. If you love to get some behind the scenes, follow me on Instagram. I post some pictures here from the office, when I travel, when I'm at meetings. Every once in a while, I always share something there. So my handle there is Julian Hosp. With this, thanks so much. See you soon at the German version of this. And on the English one, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.